Hi, continuing with our tutorial on using an action to pre-fill a field. Let's move on to the next stage. So the field I said I wanted to pre-fill wasn't actually on this page. When we add new personal details, it was down here. It's add card. That's that field ID there. So what I'm just going to quickly do, copy, and I'm going to say if field ID does not equal there. If it doesn't equal that, I don't want to do anything. So I'm going to return, and that will finish that function. And then we've got this line coming up here. Next thing we want to do is, because we want to populate this with an add card link, we need to know what the add card link is. So let's go and find it. So we'll go to the dashboard. We will look for the page which has add card, and we're just going to right click on that and copy that link. And what we're going to do here is, let's go up here and we'll say that the destination URL should be this. And if you remember our tutorial about how to pre-fill a field, this is similar to what we're going to do here right now. We're going to, on Dataflex, let's go back here. So on this page, we're going to fill in this field here with the destination URL, which we haven't completed yet, but we will. And let's just have a look at a bit more at this field. So we'll inspect it. And this field has got that ID. So we can actually use a bit of JavaScript to get hold of this input, and that's what I'm going to do now. So we're going to copy that, and instead of this, we're going to do a bit of JavaScript. So we're going to close this, and I'm going to reopen it down here. So in between here, we anything we output will be to, so I can just say hi, and that should appear. There we go, hi appears there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to write a script, and I'm going to get that input by its ID. So I'm going to use basic JavaScript here. I'm not using jQuery or anything like that. So we go document, get element by ID, and we'll put the ID in here, and we'll see what happens here. So I'm going to create a var. So actually I'm going to put this into an enclosure, so we don't, if I don't put it into an enclosure, it will write to the window. If you know anything about JavaScript, you know that's not the best thing to do. So let's create the enclosure. And I'm going to log this. We obviously need to give the var a name, and we're going to call that input equals, and we'll console.log our input. So let's go ahead and see what happens now. Save that, refresh. Null. Now I believe I know why that would be. It's probably because we haven't waited for the DOM to load. So what we're going to do is we're going to put this into a function itself, and then we'll call that function when the window is loaded. So let's go ahead and do that. Okay. So window on load, we want to call get input. Let's see if that does any better. There we go. So we've now got this field. So now we can do stuff with it. So next thing we might want to do is see its value. Let's do that. So to see its value, we'll just put in .value. And it has no value right now. We can give it a value. Input.value equals, and we're going to give this the destination URL. Copy. And now let's see how we get on. Save. destination URL is not defined, so I've made a mistake here somewhere. The destination URL is actually PHP and not JavaScript. So we need to make that clear. And now that should work as I intended. So I'll save, refresh. Oh, we have an unexpected token. Okay, I think that's to do with, we need to put this in quotes here, so let's put a quote either side of that. And refresh. Let's save that first. Refresh. There we go. So we've actually added that input into here. Now something that Dataflex Link wants you to do, so right now if I refresh that page, it's not recognised that we've added that value, so we actually need to create a change event to tell Dataflex Link that we've changed it. So I'll do that now, creating a new event, and it's a change event, and we need to dispatch that event. Now I believe we should get prompted to not leave the page because we've filled in a field. Let's try that. And there we go. We get asked if we want to leave the page or stay on page. If we don't do that, Dataflex Link will not know that we've changed this field and it won't send it to the server to be stored. So it is important that we do dispatch that event. The next thing we need to do is we need to add a unique ID to that field.